Hey YouTubers, me, Wayman29, and I'm just here to go off on a little rant about Bible versions. I've probably heard a dozen sermons, and maybe for some of you, you may have, about which versions were the best, which versions were so-so, and which versions to completely stay away from. And nobody, well, few people, will say, uh, ask the question, why were these other versions created, and what is their role in their usage among Christians and other people. So I found this really good article in Bible Review magazine. If you want to check it out ever, it's issue 21, number 4, fall 2005, and in the back they have um, quite a few Bibles and reviews done on the Bibles. You might not agree with the reviews, but it kind of gives some overview on how things are laid out, so to speak. Most of the time, in my experience, I hear preachers preaching about um, a lot of changes to the word usage, and I think it's all um, a misconception. They feel that maybe Satan or something has allowed these mishaps to happen, according to translations. But in reality, a lot of the words changed over time, and the meanings of the word changed over time. So a word in the KJV of 1611 may not have been the same meaning as right now. So that's what some of these translators teams tried to do. As far as literal translations, according to this article, they would be the King James Version, the New King James Version, the 21st Century King James Version, the New American Standard Bible, the Revised Standard Version, the New Revised Standard Version, English Standard Version, New American Bible, New Jerusalem Bible, Art Scroll Tanakh, the Shacom Bible. So all these are literal translations. What they do is they take the Hebrew, go word for word, and try to put that in English. And as far as I'm concerned, it's good to have a King James Version biblical text in. Probably, if you're going to study the Bible, everybody should have one. They tried to be as direct from the Hebrew to English as possible. And although there are some hardcore KJVs out there who say, "Oh, nothing else." However, if you're doing light reading and you want to just understand it, other Bibles can be very helpful. I know that the new KJV that just came out, they took a lot of the these and thous out, and same for the new Revised Standard Version. They try to update the language and different things. So the next category would be the non-literal translations with extended vocabulary. These would include the New International Version, the New International Reader's Version, today's New International Version, today's English Version, New English Bible, the Revised English Bible, and the Jewish Publication Society translation, the Holman Christian Standard Bible, the New Living Version. All these are non-literal, so in essence they're paraphrased, and that's a lot of issues that people don't understand when they start ranting and raving about the inconsistencies and word changes in the biblical text. They don't understand that it's not a literal translation, it's a non-literal paraphrase. So you can use these for reference on possibly what the word means today, and kind of get an understanding on what they perceive as the text is trying to say. And all these texts are pretty much opinions on different scholars and what they were trying to convey. And also there's a lot of theological ideas involved with these. as well with the KJV. For one example, the word Satan is pronounced as the Satan, but in the KJV it's straight Satan. The Satan is a lot different than just straight the word Satan. A lot of times too, they, especially in the, I know in the Jewish Publication Society, Satan's not used. It's he's called the accuser, because of the different theological ideas about the role of Satan. And then next we come to the non-literal translations with limited language, paraphrased, thought for thought. Pretty much these would include the Living Bible, the New Century Version, God's Word, Good News Bible, which is pretty popular, the New Life Version, the Message, and the Cotton Patch Bible. And it's pretty humorous how much liberty the Cotton Patch Bible has taken with the biblical text. It has Jesus going to Atlanta. The big city, Jerusalem, I guess, is supposed to be the Atlanta. So if you want an interesting read, grab that text. It's really interesting. And the Good News Bible is pretty popular. Mainly, it's just a straight read, paraphrased. It's pretty popular among people who, for the most part, have no church background. So that's pretty much the idea of Bible translations and where they fall into the different categories. And I think people need to understand, for the most part, why certain texts were written, instead of just assuming things or labeling things as being, evil, or you shouldn't read this or that. And a lot of the newer translations, you're allowed to disagree with them. It's not a problem, and I hope that a lot more people end up viewing things this way. I think things would be a lot better, and we could get a lot more knowledge from viewing these different points of view.